Good morning, class.
Good morning, Miss.
How is everyone?
Fine, thank you. How are you, Miss?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Today's lesson, we are going to look onto the terminologies and concepts of accounting, which means we are just going to look at the introduction of what accounting is. Ne? I understand we all know what accounting is.
Yes, ma'am.
And I understand we also know what accountants does in different organizations.
Yes.
Ne? So, what do you think is accounting?
The accounting is the recording of the financial transaction of an individual or business enterprise in monitoring money.
All right, thank you so much. Accounting is the recording of financial transactions within the organizations. The communication, the recording, and the measurements of financial transactions in the organizations. And they are literally being communicated through financial statements, okay? Yes, that is actually accounting. What do accountants do in different organizations? What do they do? What do accountants do?
They manage money.
Yeah, they manage money. Working in the bank. All right?
Recording transactions.
They record transactions. They record all the financial transactions within the organizations. Ne? Literally, they record all the financial transactions such as income statements, balance sheets, and also they project their cash flow statements. Alright, in accounting we have got also this definition as source document. Ne? What do you think is the source document?
It's a source document is documents from which transactions are recorded in the process and the proof of transactions.
Alright, thank you so much. So the source documents, literally these are the documents that are recorded within the accounting or within the financial statements. Ne? So we have also got different types of source documents in accounting. Ne? What are the examples of source documents that accountants deal with in organizations?
Proof of payment.
We have POP, proof of payment. Can you say it loud?
Yes.
Bank statement.
Bank statements.
Balance product. Balance product.
Balance.
Product.
Alright.
EFT, electronic fund transfer.
Electronic fund transfer. EFT.
Deposit slip.
We have deposit slips. Cash registers.
Proof of payment.
POP, proof of payment. So, examples of source documents are known as the receipts. Ne? The receipts, we have also the deposit slips, right? And we also have cash registers. Those are examples of source documents within the organization that have been dealt with accountants in the organizations, okay? And then we have got assets also. Yes, what do you think are the assets? Or what is assets when someone is referring to asset? What is assets? Yes?
Belongings or possessions of the business.
Belongingness or possessions of the organizations.
Such as vehicles,
Yes. So assets refers to all the possessions or belongingness of an organization. Ne? We have got two types of assets in an organization. Ne? What are the two types of assets that are
Fixed assets.
We have fixed assets. Yes.
current assets,
We have fixed assets and current assets.
investment assets.
Here we are actually here to learn.
That's what we mean.
So we have That's great.
Only.
All right. So when it's coming to fixed assets, what are fixed assets? Or what is the definition of the term fixed assets? Long lifespan.
Fixed asset is something that belongs to the business for a long period of time.
Fixed asset. Anyone to try again what fixed asset is?
Possessions of properties that are not likely to be used in the business. Fixed assets can stay longer than 12 months in a business.
All right, that's great. So these are actually long-term assets that are also having monetary value used in an organization to also achieve an organization's goal. All right, about the fixed assets, we have got examples of fixed assets in an organization. Yeah? What are the examples of fixed assets within an organization?
Yes.
Examples of fixed assets within an organization. All right.
Vehicles.
Vehicles, cash is
Oh, land and buildings.
land and buildings,
Vehicles.
tables, these are payments. Yeah. Stationery. So yeah, they are actually grouped into now. We have got vehicles, land and buildings, equipment. Yes. Those are examples of fixed assets within an organization. Now we have got examples of current assets. I mean, what are current assets first? Current assets, yes. Yes.
Appropriations that last, appositions that cannot last longer than a year.
All right.
Short term,
Yeah.
short life.
Yes, you can try.
Assets which have a short lifespan and can be converted into cash receipts. Current assets cannot stay longer than a year in the business.
Yes. So these are assets that are known as to have a short lifespan that doesn't really stay longer than a year within an organization. Literally, they are just an opposition of fixed assets. These ones, they are short-term assets. Ne? And examples of current assets?
Debtors.
Debtors, yes.
Cash.
Cash,
Bank.
bank,
Leasing.
So, examples of current assets are known as debtors, cash, cash flow, cash,
Bank.
and then bank. Those are examples of current assets within an organization. All right, we move on to the initial and closing stock. In an organization, or accountants also deals with the stock. Ne? So you should also know the difference, or actually the difference between the two. We have initial stock in accounting and also closing stock. What do you think is the initial stock?
The closing stock brought forward from the previous year is the stock on hand at the beginning of the accounting year.
Initial stock, this is the closing stock brought forward from the previous year. It is the stock on hand at the beginning of the accounting year.
Yes. Actually, the stock that was, it's also known as the opening stock. Ne? The stock that is always at the beginning of the financial year or beginning of the financial period. That is known as the initial stock. And then the closing stock.
The value of goods or stock that has been not sold at the
The values of goods and services the business sells to the customers or to its clients.
But this is
Yes, purchases.
when you buy food in goods.
Value?
Buy goods.
Yeah. Yes.
The value of goods bought by the business with the intention of selling it at a higher price.
The value of goods that are bought by the organization or that are bought by the business, okay? With the intention of
Selling it at a higher price.
yes, with the intention of selling them on a higher price to obtain profit. And then lastly, we have owner's equity. Okay? Owner's equity, class. Someone that never said something.
This one, this
Yeah.
But this
Owner's equity. Yeah, owner's equity, please.
possibilities,
Owner's equity are accounts that show the interest of the owner in the business which are capital accounts.
Yes. Refers to the account that shows the interest of the owners in an organization. Ne? So we have two types of owner's equities or two types of accounts in owner's equity, which are
Drawings and
drawings and capitals. So yes.
income and expenses.
Yes, income and no, what income and expenses?
The owner contributes, that means the capital. The owner takes money from the business, that means the drawings.
Yes, exactly.
For own use.
With that class, anyone with a question? Hmm? Anyone with a question?
Yes.
Yes.
How will you know the initial stock and the closing stock?
How will you know
If
that?
I have to differentiate between them, how can I differentiate?
How will you differentiate between the initial stock and the closing stock? The initial stock is always brought forward on the next financial year. Next from the previous closing, from the previous closing stock. Next, so it's actually the initial, the opening stock. And then the closing one is the one that ends at the end of the financial year.
Miss, how do you get gross profit?
Hmm?
Gross profit.
Gross profit. Okay? How does one get gross profit? Okay? So what you do, gross profit is actually your sales, ne? Your sales and then you less your, yes. So it's actually you say sales and then you less your cost of goods sold. And then you get your gross profit. Yes. And then we have got the homework. It will be brought in next week. Okay? So what you guys, I want you guys to go and find out is come analyze and see how they are actually being entered by different accountants.
Yes, we have one minute.
Yeah, this is one of actually an example of the source document. This is the receipt. So what they did, they are actually items that they bought, and then the prices, and also it has the VAT